December is Albinism Awareness Month. The inherited condition is when a person is unable to produce normal colouring of the skin, hair and eyes. There still remains a lot of misunderstandings about albinism, especially in the southern and eastern parts of Africa. You may remember last year a woman in KZN with the condition was murdered for her body parts which were intended to be used for muti. And again, there are lots of stories like this, unfortunately. To share his life story is award-winning gospel artist Sgwili Zuma. So nice to have you in studio. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You've made a name for yourself in this industry. You really have. But was it easy for you to get to the state that you're in now?
It wasn't. It wasn't easy, but by God's grace, I'm where I am. It took a lot of time for people to understand who I am and to understand my capabilities. Yeah. So it was not easy.
Yeah. I mean, the people with albinism experience different forms of discrimination, and you know, it's something that we try and talk about all the time, and yet it seems people need more education.
True,
because there's so many different myths and fallacies around albinism. I mean, and just one of them is muti and body parts and stories like this that you're hearing about.
And that one is very scary. Yeah.
I imagine it is, but is it getting better, or is it really not changing?
It will change. Eventually it will change, but when people have learned and know about people with albinism, living with albinism, so they will eventually change, because we are here, and we are not going anywhere. The only thing that they need to do is to learn about us and to know about us. What makes albinism, what creates albinism, what makes it, when a child is born with albinism, what happens? You know, they need to know all those things, and they need to understand that we are human beings. You know, as I was growing up, some children were being confused that if they touch me like this, they would ask if I have a blue blood or a green blood, you know. Amazing. So they would want to understand everything about me. So, but the only thing that is different is my skin color. I don't have melanin. That's all. I don't have melanin. But the rest, I'm the same as everyone. Yeah.
So, I mean, I gather that growing up wasn't easy.
Yeah, it wasn't. You can imagine growing up in a normal environment when people, everyone is dark. Yeah. You know?
Where did you, just quickly, where did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Mkambatini. Yeah. In a little village called Kwanyavu. Okay. I grew up there, and I think I was the only one who was living with albinism. Yeah. And then after some years, they came my brother, my youngest brother.
So he also had albinism?
Yes, he also has albinism. Then I was able to see other people and learn and learn to accept myself before people accept me. Yeah.
I mean, as a popular figure, as a public figure, I mean, because that's what you do, and you're singing now, and people are watching you. So obviously, the whole idea is to educate people about the condition, that you're no different from anybody else. It's a skin pigmentation. Are you constantly reaffirming this? Are you constantly speaking out about it?
Yes. Recently, I've been attending the case that has been spoken about at Manguzi. For that woman that stole the children that are living with albinism. I've been attending that case, and I've been very vocal about it in every place that I go, and I'm very vocal about it, because it doesn't affect the other people. It also affects me, because I'm living with albinism as well, and I travel a lot. As I've came here in Joburg. Who knows, maybe you can meet someone that doesn't know anything about me, who can hire me somewhere, and then if he hires me somewhere, I go there, and then maybe he's plotting something you know. So we need to teach people about all these things, because at the end of the day you end up being scared to go to work because of all these things, you know.
Yeah, indeed,
so,
indeed. So it's always living in fear, because the fear of other people's ignorance. Sgwili Zuma, thank you for talking to us. Thank you for creating the awareness. And I think we're going to be hearing you singing for us a bit later, which I cannot wait.
Definitely.
Thank you so very, very much. We're going to take a break. And Sgwili, I don't know if you're an AB de Villiers fan, but he's in studio.